Moreover, I didn't like how he said that friendships are more important, since that's irrelevant to our relationship. I trust that my girlfriend wouldn't do something like sending nudes to another guy even if he's gay, so I didn't mention it and just thought he's trying to drive a wedge between us. Oh, how naive I was. Later that day, I told my girlfriend about how I felt about my conversation with her best friend, and how he was exposing their private conversations. But she just brushed it off after saying that's just how he is. Since then, it seems like she has started hanging out with him a lot more than me. If I call to ask her out, she already has plans to eat dinner with him. If I make plans with her a week in advance, then on the day of our date, he gets caught up in an emergency that requires my girlfriend to rush over. That being said, stuff like this didn't always happen and I was having a great time dating her. I loved her and had asked her to move in with me, to which she agreed with excitement. I also believed that we would eventually move up in our careers and spend our life together. But I recently discovered something that shocked me to my core. Since the start of this year, my girlfriend has been acting really weird. We never used to check each other's phones simply because we didn't have a reason to. But out of nowhere, she became really defensive when it came to her privacy. If she got a text while we were eating, she would quickly snag her phone even though her hands weren't clean. She would let her food get cold while she texted and get mad if I urged her to finish eating first. She also started staying in her room a lot and banned me from entering even though I never actually tried to enter her room. We also got a lot of packages every week, and she took them all to her room without letting me see what they were. We had a small argument about this where she told me to respect her privacy and give her space, to which I agreed. I stopped asking her about who she was texting, or what she was ordering online. We didn't go on any dates for 2 weeks, but I knew that Valentine's Day was coming up so I started taking extra hours at work, determined to make enough money to give her a special day. Last week, I came home from work all excited because I had booked 2 tickets for us to fly to Bali on a vacation. But she didn't reply when I called out her name, so I went to her room and knocked on the door. Once again, no reply. Not thinking much, I just opened the door and realized that she had gone somewhere and left her laptop turned on and plugged in. Since it was on the bed, I decided to turn it off out of fear of it overheating and lighting the bedsheets on fire. But when I looked at the screen, I noticed that she was logged onto Instagram and was getting a lot of messages from her best friend. Now, maybe I should have just ignored that and went about my day, but I didn't. I decided to look at the texts and what I discovered was horrifying. The guy was commenting with hearts about a lingerie pic that my girlfriend had sent him last night. As I kept scrolling up, I saw that she had actually been sharing these explicit pictures of her with him for nearly a month. But I wish that was the worst part. Apparently, they were planning on making an OnlyFans account for her without telling me, and these pictures were in preparation of a big opening of the account. That guy was also saying that I was too stupid to notice, and my girlfriend didn't argue back. I recalled the first time I talked to him and how he bragged about being closer to her, and realized that he was telling the truth. I was absolutely appalled and disgusted, and had to take a step back. Thankfully, I took some pictures before slamming the laptop shut so I had evidence of what she was doing. I spent the rest of the evening brooding in my room because I realized that my girlfriend had just betrayed my trust in the worst way possible. As far as I was concerned, our relationship was over. But the problem was, how would I break the news to her? She came home a few hours later and acted like nothing was wrong, making me feel even more disgusted. I couldn't stand looking at her and avoided interactions. She could tell something was wrong, but, thankfully, her gay best friend called her and she became too engrossed in talking with him to pay any more attention to me. At that point, I knew what I was going to do. The next day, I took a sick leave from work and waited for my girlfriend to leave. Once she left, I called a packing company and wrapped up all her stuff, including her bed and the furniture she had brought with her. I just told them to put all of it in the front yard and leave. I gave them a huge tip and after they left, I put a note in front of all her wrapped up stuff that said, "Have fun with your quote-unquote gay best friend."